So good morning everyone. Yesterday we were seeing a genetic code. So we wanted to see translation. So we were seeing that mRNA, which is messenger RNA, consists of genetic messages in the form of codons. A codon is a triplet of nitrogenous bases, isn't it? And I think you have written all the 64 codons, no? So 64 codons are there, and this 64 codons three codons are known as nonsense codons, or otherwise known as terminating codons. See, protein synthesis stops when the ribosomes reach these terminating codons. So that is why they are known as nonsense or terminating. So once ribosomes reach these codons, protein synthesis stops. So out of 64, you remove 3, you have 61 codons. These 61 codons code for 20 amino acids. And the initiating codon is AUG. These terminating codons, these three codons are UAA, which is ochre, UAG, which is amber, UGA, which is opal. AUG is methionine. Yesterday you have drawn this this is known as Dictionary of Genetic Code. Which is universal. Dictionary of Genetic Code is universal. That means all living organisms have the same dictionary. So according to that one, they synthesize amino acids. From amino acids, proteins. A group of amino acids are nothing but proteins, and these proteins are either hormones, enzymes, antibodies, or a neurotransmitter or something, which are the biological molecules which help body to perform its functions at the molecular level. You getting my point? So first you write these ones. Earlier one you have written? No, not, you haven't. So please, you have written, no? Oh, there is a split mandate here. Those of you who did not write, please write. And those of you who have written, wait for those who did not write. Please. Fast. Yes. You will understand them, so don't worry, don't panic. You will understand them. You have written? Today you are very fast. Yes, done. So what is RNA? Ribonucleic acid. What are different types of RNA? mRNA, which contains the genetic messages, tRNA, transfer RNA, and rRNA, which is ribosomal RNA. Isn't it? What is translation? This is messenger RNA. Each one is a codon. Okay, so this is maybe AUG. And somewhere you will have UAA or UAG. See, ribosomes attach to this mRNA. No need to draw, because I wanted to clear something so that you will be open to the detailed process. So what does ribosomes do? Ribosomes attach somewhere on the mRNA. And these ribosomes move on this messenger RNA, translating the codons. Each codon is coding for an amino acid. So the protein synthesis starts when it reaches AUG, which is initiating codon, which initiates protein synthesis. So it produces an amino acid. So as it moves on this particular messenger RNA strand, it keeps on translating these codons to form amino acid. It will keep on doing so. Say for example, this is a long one. It will keep on translating. Maybe it has come here. It keeps on translating to form a long chain of amino acids. When will it stop? It stops when it reaches the terminating codons. So if it reaches, like say for example UAA or UAG or UGA, then this ribosome will stop protein synthesis. So this amino acids will get detached. A group of amino acids is what? A chain of amino acids is a what? A polypeptide. A polypeptide is nothing but a protein. And these proteins form the structural elements of the cell. They form the neurotransmitter, they form the enzyme, they form the antibody, everything. So at molecular level, these proteins serve definite physiological functions, and that is initiated from mRNA. So how mRNA is formed? From where mRNA has come? It has come from air, from DNA, no? So whenever there is a requirement of a protein in the body, which can be a neurotransmitter. You know neurotransmitters? Neuron, nerves. So transmitting impulses from the nerves is under some biomolecules or chemicals, biochemicals, which are neurotransmitters. Enzymes, you know? Enzymes also you don't know? Hormones, you know? Enzymes are those which digest your food materials, no? Like carbohydrate, protein. In the school days, you would have studied digestive system for sure, I know. I know this one very much. Yes or no? Enzymes, digestive enzymes, you know, isn't it? Hormones, you know. What are hormones? Hormones also you don't know. Thyroxine is a hormone, isn't it? So this first you see enzymes. See, this no need to write, it is only basics. Hormones. See, enzymes are secreted in large quantities. Hormones are secreted in a small quantity. Enzymes are secreted into the ducts. These are secreted directly into the bloodstream. So that is why even small quantities are able to exert their action. Enzymes are secreted by exocrine glands. Hormones are secreted by endocrine glands. I think you will definitely know exocrine and endocrine glands, isn't it? Say for example, some exocrine glands if you take, you can take salivary glands, you can take other digestive glands like pancreas, you can take small intestine, so on and so forth. Hormone glands you will definitely know, like pineal gland, like thyroid gland, so on and so forth. So these are enzymes and hormones. Neurotransmitters, which are responsible for conducting nerve impulses. Antibodies, you know antibodies, no? What are antibodies? Don't say we don't know what are antibodies. Now you are all acting like Gajnis. What are antibodies? Immunity, for immunity. So antibodies are produced against an antigen. So these antibodies are responsible for your immunity. So all these biomolecules or biochemicals are proteins in combination with other, but majority they are proteins. You get me? These proteins form the structural element of the cell. Cell out layer you have seen, no? Plasma membrane is made up of carbohydrates, proteins and lipids. So you have proteins there. So every cell outer covering is a protein. You have other biomolecules or biochemicals which are also proteins in combination with other. So proteins are very important, and this defines the life. Because if you see proteins, their chemical composition is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. And this is the basis of life. Along with that one, sulfur, iodine, astatine also are there in protein, but this is the major thing. You getting my point? Once they have asked which of the following elements are responsible for the formation of life on earth, and they have given various combinations, and this combination is correct. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, because the proteins are formed. So the very basis for life is proteins. Because if you take carbohydrates, carbohydrates also have carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. You take fats, they also have carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Most of the biomolecules have these carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Only proteins have, apart from these three, you have nitrogen. And this only form the primordial soup. Earlier I think we have used this term primordial soup, which acted as a precursor for the formation of first cell. The first cell or life formed because of the combination of these. You getting my point? So proteins are formed by ribosomes, which translate the genetic messages present on mRNA. And this mRNA is formed from DNA. So whenever a cell needs something or the body needs something, this DNA gets activated and DNA forms mRNA, and then ribosomes quickly reach mRNA. They produce amino acid, which is protein that can be either a neurotransmitter or not. And in the body at micro level you have so many things going on, isn't it? So the genes switch on and switch off. Whenever they want, they are switched on and they are producing these things. Whenever the purpose is served, they switch off, switch on, switch off. You get my point? I think most probably something you would have definitely understood. You getting my point? So this is what is translation. What is translation? Again. That is what, no, that is the story, no. That was the story, no. Say for example, ribosomes attached here. Then what happened? Slowly they are moving. In the process of this movement, what they are doing? They are translating this codon. Codon translates to form what? Amino acid. Group of amino acids are peptide. Group of peptides are polypeptide. I skipped that one. You get my point? And you get the protein. Here also so many things are there because protein itself has to fold. It has a quaternary structure. But anyway, so here it is moving. Ribosomes are moving on messenger RNA. Each line here is a codon. So when it reaches, it will translate. In every living organism, there are only 20 amino acids. And the dictionary you have drawn, no? In every living organism, same dictionary is there. That is known as universality of genetic code. But the manner in which they produce proteins have resulted in different types of bodies and different types of functions. Isn't it? You are thinking that Sir is speaking something which we cannot even understand. But that is reality. That is fact. You getting my point? So again, in all living organisms, the dictionary is the same. 64 codons are there. Initiating codons are there. Same, but in prokaryotes, AUG, and eukaryotes, it is GUG and other things. But generally, same. Initiating codon same, terminating codons are also same. And codon coding for an amino acid also is same. But the manner in which they produce different proteins is different. Because maybe for amoeba it requires different proteins, but for us we require different protein. You getting my point? The closer the relation between animals, they have more or less similar type of proteins. Say for example, we are very close to our chimpanzees or maybe something. So our protein content and their protein content is almost similar. And that is why earlier there was like genomics, transcriptomics, and then now mostly they are concentrating on this proteomics, because proteins hold the key for all living organisms. Maybe you are studying human genome project or genomics. All these are omics actually. So nowadays they are mostly studying these proteins because these are the key elements. That branch of science is known as proteomics. These genomics, proteomics, transcriptomics, all these are known as omics. But anyway, we will see that later. Somehow you understood this one. You understood that ribosomes are moving on mRNA, and while moving they are forming a chain of amino acids by translating the codons. That's it. But if you understand, it's okay. Any questions you can ask, anything. Okay, we'll come back to the topic, translation. See, translation consists of different stages, which is activation of amino acids, which is done by means of ATP, Mg2 plus several factors, cofactors and enzymes. Then after activation of amino acids, we have initiation of protein synthesis. How initiation of protein synthesis takes place? When ribosomes reach AUG. So when ribosomes reach AUG, which is an initiating codon, protein synthesis starts. Here initiation factor 1, initiation factor 2, initiation factor 3, GTP, Mg2 plus, again several enzymes, factors and cofactors. Play an important role. Right till here? That's done.